David Dye in for Talia Schlanger today on the Café, and our guest is the emotionally open singer Holly Macve, who was born in Galway in Western Ireland but moved to Yorkshire as a child, where she lived with her grandparents, and now she lives in Brighton on the English coast. All that moving in just 21 years has helped give her a lot to write about. Her album is called Golden Eagle, which refers to her grandfather, who was a classical composer and a mentor. When Macve moved to Brighton, she worked in a cafe and met Simon Raymond, who signed her to his Bella Union record label. Waitresses, It Can Happen. We'll meet her after this performance of the song White Bridge.
I'm coming home again, where I can see the world in front of me, walking down this road I know so makes me feel like a child, living young and wild. And the birds, they sing to me a familiar song, and I know that this is where summer nights spent by the river bank, and no one gives a damn about the little things. Oh, I remember well that night we laughed and we fell, and I'll never be the same again. Ooh, I look to the world with different eyes. I didn't notice all of its lies. Ooh, I look to the world with different eyes. Ooh, I didn't notice its disguise. And I'll never be the same again.
Our guest is Holly Macve, and that is White Bridge, which is one of the songs on Golden Eagle, her debut album, which is out on Bella Union Records, which is the record label owned by Simon Raymond, who is an amazing musical figure. If you don't know Simon, he was in the Cocteau Twins, but he's signed so many people like Fleet Foxes, John Grant, Father John Misty, Midlake, And our guest today, Holly Macve. And Holly, I would love it if you could tell the story about how because you dedicate the album to Simon and his wife, and tell me how he discovered you.
Yeah, so I was working in this cafe that in Brighton, and
What were you doing? Waitress?
I was working in the kitchen.
Wow. Okay.
Actually, I was doing a bit of everything, and dishwasher stuff, and yeah. But Simon was a customer there, and I sort of knew him for about a year or so before he heard me sing. I used to make breakfast for him and things, and then.
And you told him you were a singer?
Yeah, but I don't think he really probably didn't think much of it because everyone's a singer in Brighton, so he didn't. He wasn't sure what I did.
He wasn't impressed necessarily.
No. And then I played him some demos of mine, and he came to an open mic that I played, which is just in like a little basement bar near the cafe. And then he signed me and sent me off to make a record in a week with Paul Gregory, which ended up taking a year rather than a week. But
Wow. And that's the songs on Golden Eagle.
Yes, yeah.
There's a kind of a very Americana feel to a lot of these songs, very certainly country music influenced, and one of them that I feel that a lot on is Heartbreak Blues. And can you do a version of that?
Yeah, sure.
Follow me into the dark, where no one will ever find your heart. Follow me and I'll make you see my love's not what you dreamed it to be. I close the door on your behalf, and whilst I cry, you think I laugh. I build these walls and I build them tall, so there's no edge for me to fear no more. Ooh, I'll never take you to heaven. Ooh, without leaving you in hell. Ooh, every single road that you choose is gonna end at the heartbreak blues. My mother told me to be strong. Don't let nobody do you wrong. Oh, but once I drank from the sea of love, her wise words just weren't wise enough. One hand held mine, the other held a gun. He shot me down, blood hit the ground. When he had his fun. Ooh, I'll never take you to heaven. Ooh, without leaving you in hell. Ooh, every single road that
Live in the Cafe Studios, our guest, Holly Macve, and that is Heartbreak Blues. As I mentioned, this album, Golden Eagle, the Golden Eagle refers to your grandfather, who you ended up living with when you moved to Yorkshire?
Yeah, as a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked after me a lot, and my grandma when I was a child.
Tell me a little bit about your relationship with him, because it seems really important.
Yeah, well, he's a classical composer, as we mentioned, and he's a super talented man, and he was just sort of really supportive. He taught me my first tune on the piano, and he would just help me out. And I went to music college, and I could not do any theory because it's just something that I'm really bad at. And so he helped me through all of that, and he was just a real important figure in helping me, just supporting me with my music.
And give you feedback on songs, that kind of thing? Or?
Yeah. Yeah.
Were you telling me he did your homework for you?
Yeah. I guess so, yeah.
That's the first time that's happened. Well, let's hear some more music from Golden Eagle. There's a song on here which you had out actually as a single before Golden Eagle, which is called "No One Has the Answers." And what were the circumstances of writing this one?
It all just sort of came out of me. It was actually, I think I wrote it as a poem first, and the words all came just within like 10 minutes or something, and then put it to music. But it's just about feeling kind of lost in the world, and yeah, I'm always having sort of weird existential crises,
Well,
and this is a good example of that.
It's definitely a song about that. So you write poetry as well as songwriting, or is it they always interrelate?
Yeah, no, I do, or at least a lot of like notes, and then turn them into something. Yeah.
Well, Holly may have written this one before she was 21 years old, but she certainly gets it. This is called "No One Has the Answers."
I spent my summer by the sea to look for what I had lost. Oh, once I had a dream or two, but I saw them at a cost. Often I would wonder why we try so hard to stay alive when nothing ever seemed to satisfy. My best friend was a homeless man with a beard to hide his face. Secretly I loved him so, but he was twice my age. We'd talk and we would sing all day, collecting sorrows to throw away, but nothing ever seemed to cease the pain. I worked by day and by night I drank, I danced until my mind was blank. And when the morning came to me, I'd only ever do the same. Everybody said to me they knew what would set me free, but no one has the answers. Oh, no one has any answers at all. The sky was blue and the sun was out, whilst I hid from the world. Laughter screamed through the window panes, and all my toes were curled. Oh, I wanted nothing more than to understand what we're living for, when all we do is damn the words we start. People put their faith in God, they don't think, they just nod their head. will set you free, but no one has the answers. Oh, no one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all. No one has any answers at all.
No one has the answers from our guest, Holly Macve, who's joined us today on the Cafe. She's got her debut album out called Golden Eagle, and delightful to meet you.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks for coming by and playing for us. Holly Macve, our guest, and we'll be back in a moment here on the World Cafe.